Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. Sorry that we are late today, but the team news has been very surprising for me. It's surprising because uh, Sporting are known to play on the counter attack. They're known to have speed down the wings, and yet we have not started Kyle Walker. This is indeed very surprising for me. I don't know what Pep thinks, but I really hope that he's not tinkering with things here, especially in the Champions League. I just hope that Pep is not overthinking here. I mean, we have already had one counter attack from Sporting, and it's a great ball forward from Cancelo, and Sterling's onto it. Sterling finds the ever available Bernardo Silva, and it's a corner. Bernardo Silva would have been relishing coming back to Portugal. I mean, I would not say he would have had great memories of Portugal in relation to what has happened to City in the Champions League final last season, because I thought on the balance of play we should have had at least had a draw over there against Chelsea. It's a great corner, and with John Stones there, one thing is that City are always a threat on the set pieces, but I still think that Kyle Walker will be mess. The game has really started frantically. It's almost an end-to-end match here. That is fantastic from Kevin De Bruyne, and I think it's a foul on Kevin De Bruyne there. The game is really going end-to-end. No one's willing to give up. I know that probably off the round, this is the most, downplayed fixture, but let me tell you, Sporting are not an easy proposition to face. If they would be that easy to face, they wouldn't have come this long. Don't underestimate teams that come this far in this competition. Every team in the knockout stages is a threat. Doesn't matter what your name is or something like that. Great ball forward from Diaz to Riyad Mahrez. That is a magical touch from Riyad Mahrez. Wonderful as usual. It's Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne looking much more dynamic than he has done in the recent weeks, and it's Joao Cancelo. Cancelo to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva, it's a cutback, and I think it's offside, and the goal won't count. That is offside. You could see from the faces of City players that was offside. That was of that was definitely an offside one. I somehow have that lingering doubt within me that Pep Guardiola has overthought this. I mean, I still can't believe that John Stones is playing. They're checking the goal. Oh, I thought it was offside and I was go had gone elsewhere. But they're checking the goal. There's a VAR check on. Is it a goal or not? That would be one of the most dramatic goals for City, because Mahrez wasn't confident, Foden wasn't confident, Pep is not confident. Foden's not confident. City players are almost telling the referee to play on, but you never know. Someone might be playing someone on. So I don't know why they're not showing the incident back on the replay. Because in the Premier League, they always show the incident back on the replay. They keep the fans involved. So This VR check is taking a long time. I think there's a geometry. I hope there's not a geometry exam that is going on. Oh, that's a goal. The goal has been given. The goal has been given. City have passed the geometry exam. That has been set by VAR. The lines have almost become too thin for the offside not to be given. Wow. But everyone out there in the city camp was confident that it was an offside. Let us see. Oh, this was the face, but I think the last defender was actually playing De Bruyne on there. Look at that. I always thought that the last defender was playing De Bruyne on. And it's a goal to Riyad Mahrez. That is very good. The only bad thing is I have in fantasy league and we play fantasy only for the Premier League and not for the Champions League. So that is the only bad thing up there. Otherwise, it's a perfect goal. I mean, I should say it was a mistake from Sporting, nothing fantastic from City, but we have probed, we have tried, and sometimes that is what is needed to. That's a very bad ball. That's a stupid ball back from Aymeric Laporte. De Bruyne with the ball. What a pass! This pass from De Bruyne is out of this world. Raheem Sterling, rash. Do justice to it. Do justice to it. What a pass from Kevin De Bruyne. John Stones was there in the box. He could understand how much of a sprint John Stones has made, but what a pass that was. That was a pass directly from heaven. That is fantastic from Kevin De Bruyne. John Stones almost thought he has had a goal there. Slightest of touch from the defender and a very good touch from the goalkeeper. So that's a great ball forward by the Sporting midfielder as well. And Sporting are on the attack now. The ball was bad, otherwise City were screwed at the back. Notice in these situations that we really need Kyle Walker just to sprint back. Cancelo, Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is being afforded so much space. I don't know what Sporting players are thinking about Kevin De Bruyne. Without space itself is devastating. With space, you're just out of there, mate. He just bulldozes you and goes ahead. That is what Kevin De Bruyne is. That's a great switch from the Sporting player onto the right hand side. That is wonderful anticipation from Riyad Mahrez. Great defensive work, fantastic. Just compare this to the start of the season against what was that team against the German team? Was it Mönchengladbach? I think so. It was Mönchengladbach, and Riyad Mahrez was, you know what? He was slacked off. He was taken off for not defending, and from then you look at the point till now how Riyad Mahrez has developed to be one of the most reliable defender. I mean, reliable attacking players who can defend. One of the most reliable players who can defend for Pep. He's always there tracking back. He's always doing his defensive duties. Sporting, Sporting are playing a classic 4-3-3. Riyad Mahrez there. Look at it again. He's going there and defending. Bernardo Silva, Bernardo just playing Cancelo. That's it, that's it. Pass and move, guys. That is a wonderful take by Phil Foden on the half turn, and what a ball by Phil Foden. Joao Cancelo is in. Great ball in by Joao Cancelo. It falls to Kevin De Bruyne. Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, Mahrez wasn't there actually. De Bruyne was actually expecting Mahrez to make that one, but doesn't matter. Mahrez was expecting something else. Pep still doesn't look happy with something. Obviously, the goal is not something we can cheer for and say that it was a fantastic goal and stuff like that. But Mahrez was there in that position. De Bruyne probed, he ran, so he was there in the position. So 100% for the effort, but we still need to stamp our authority on the game. We need to show who we are. We need to control the tempo of the game even more. I think one of the problems is that Pep is seeing that Sporting Lisbon are able to detect the tempo of the game to a certain extent. The turnovers, the transitions are out of City's control. You've seen 2 3 transitions where if the final ball was better, City would have been at least 2 goals behind. So Pep is not happy with how we are playing in the transitions. Especially John Stones has been caught out once in the transition phase, so Pep is not happy there. I still feel that I mean I still feel that Kyle Walker has to start, but let us see. We don't know what Pep has seen in John Stones. And thank God he's giving John Stones the opportunities now and not in big, deep Champions League games. City are passing around well, but like I said, Pep is extremely unhappy with the way we are managing the transitions. Sporting Lisbon are simply able to have transitions very easily. I mean, at least 3 times they've broken on us in the first 15 minutes. That is very bad. Joao Cancelo, Riyad Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, that's almost one of one of the specials of Kevin De Bruyne. That strike, is just fantastic. It's a great corner from Riyad Mahrez. Very good leap, and Bernardo Silva's in there, and Bernardo Silva scores. What a strike from Bernardo Silva! What a thumping strike from Bernardo Silva! Bernardo Silva has announced himself in Portugal. What a goal from Bernardo Silva! Only Bernardo can do that. That is a wonderful left foot, but sometimes it can be more ruthless than a hammer. That's what that left foot is. Come on, Bernardo. What a goal. Look at the way Bernardo's come onto that ball. Fantastic. Not an easy strike at all. It was almost on the volley. The ball was just rising high. It was almost a horizontal feet with which Bernardo struck the ball. So that's just fantastic from Bernardo Silva. What a goal. There was an article I've written this morning in my blog, which is mancityunplugged.com, about, is Kevin De Bruyne limiting Bernardo Silva's influence on the game? And this is the first glimpse I've got that no, both can literally play each other without limiting, literally play with each other without limiting each other's talents or skills. Because I always thought that when Bernardo played with Gundogan, Bernardo was, you could literally see he was scintillating. But whenever De Bruyne comes in, it always seems that Bernardo has that little more of defensive work to do. So, but today it seems as if he's balanced it out and is attacking more and more. Because my problem is that Bernardo Silva is so good attacking wise. Why are we wasting him in a sort of box to box midfielder role, which someone else can do, which Rodri can, for example, do it on his own. So, and whenever Bernardo plays with De Bruyne, he always kind of does that role more. He goes more deeper than required, and that limits his abilities, his attacking abilities. One thing I'll have to give credit to Sporting is that they've tried to come 2-2 with City. They've really tried to open City up. They've tried to play their natural game. Not many teams even have the audacity to think of that. If Sporting had a better final pass on the transitions, City, the game would have been 2-2, or they would have been leading 3-2. Three great transitions, and you know, it could be City against Bayern Munich, and City could be in Sporting Lisbon's position. In the sense that if you don't play that killer pass, you're almost out of this competition, because teams don't give you many chances. Teams are ruthless here. You just get 1-2 chances in the game and you have to be on the spot. That is what City, I hope, we have learned from the previous Champions League experience. Here we have lost the final, but Riyad Mahrez there almost picking up a loose ball, but Sporting get it back. So we have lost the final, but I really hope we have learned the lessons from why we had lost that final. You could say it was Pep's overthinking, but Chelsea had one great chance. Okay, Chelsea had two, three great chances. We had four great chances in that final. Raheem Sterling himself had two one-on-ones. Foden had a good chance. If you don't take those chances, you're gonna pay, man. So that's the biggest lesson I hope City have taken from the last Champions League campaign, and I hope we have come much more stronger this season. Aymeric Laporte, Laporte to Ruben Diaz, John Stones. That's a stupid ball. That's an idiotic ball. Who is the twat who's played it? We're defending from Laporte, but who was that twat who's played that ball? A wayward ball into the midfield. Who plays that? Pep Guardiola will not accept it, even if you're blindfolded and play that pass. That pass is just unacceptable if you're a Pep Guardiola player. Who is that twat who's done it? Just show me the replay. I just think it's John Stones, and is bought on for his passing ability above everything. And now they're not even showing the replay. So it should be John Stones. Such a wayward pass. City get on with it, and Sporting get on with it as well. I mean, there's a free kick there, and City have just gotten on with it. And look at the transition now. Look at the transition of Sporting now. Two passes and Sporting are there. It's a 3v3 at the back. John Stones is running back to defend. John Stones against the opposite winger, 1-1, and Ruben Diaz does excellently well there. See, that is one of the problem. Okay, on the upside, you get the advantage of John Stones' passing ability, the ability of John Stones to play through the opposition press, and all of that. Okay, also you get a little bit more attacking threat on the set pieces. But look at the downside: the slow pace of Walker, which means that Ruben Diaz and Laporte are playing that much backward. They're at least 3 4 steps back than they generally are. They're terrified to play the high line because the pace of the Sporting players. And if Walker was there, na- Diaz and Laporte can just move that much forward, and they can just compress play, and will have much better position. So those are the downsides actually of playing John Stones. And I really hope that Pepsi is beyond just the ball playing ability and dribbling ability and stuff before choosing Stones over Walker in other big games. I sincerely hope that Walker has some injury niggle or something, though no news of that has come. And that's the reason why Stones is playing. I sincerely hope that is the case. Otherwise, what is the use? Great switch, winger to winger switch from Riyad Mahrez to Raheem Sterling, and Sterling 1-1. Cancelo played that pass late. The moment Sterling gives that ball, he expects Cancelo to just put it in, and Cancelo waits for a bit and then has his thoughts and then puts it in. By that time, Sterling is ran out of play, leave the offside line. City are pressing really well right now. Kevin De Bruyne is pressing very well in that false nine position, and that's wonderful tracking back. That's excellent tracking back from John Stones. Look at that. Each time Sporting break, we are afraid. We are terrified actually. Joa Cancelo with the ball. Raheem Sterling dropping back. Cancelo to Aymeric Laporte. I just wish Laporte tried the diagonal ball to Riyad Mahrez. The space is there with Riyad Mahrez in this game. Like the space was there with Raheem Sterling in our previous Premier League game. That's wonderful skill from Phil Foden. We know that Phil Foden can dribble through the entire midfield. So it's a free kick for Sporting. That's a free kick to Sporting again. This is good. This is actually good from Laporte. Just don't take the card, Laporte, because City are breaking the tempo of the game. Sporting Lisbon have, in the last 3 4 minutes, they've started to get the upper hand over us, especially in the midfield and stuff. They're having more of those transitions, and so break the tempo of the game. Doesn't matter, but it is we who needs to control the tempo of the game, and that is the most important thing. Sporting, literally, they do not know what to do with the ball right now. They want City to have the ball and then break on us. That is what they want. Aymeric Laporte. I just want Laporte to be more creative, more inventive. I think it's been almost 2 months since I've seen Laporte ping the diagonal ball across. He's one of the best at doing that. Why are we not doing that anymore? Ping a diagonal to Riyad Mahrez. John Stones. This is wonderful work from John Stones. Is riding that right flank. This is excellent. I'll have to applaud this one quality of John Stones, that he can just go through the opposition with just his dribbling. Kevin De Bruyne surrounded by 2-3 players over there, and Sporting get a Papis just angry over there. He's not satisfied with the 2 goals. Like I said, we've been really bad in managing transitions. Sporting has simply had, I'm keeping account of that, 5 transitions until now. And if this was a Bayern Munich team, we would have already been 5 goals down, at least 3 goals down. So that's what Pep is worried about. I know I'm repeating myself time and again here, telling we're not good on transitions, we're not good on transitions and all, but I mean, we are not good in managing transitions and all, but that is something we need to learn. That has troubled Pep's teams in the past. The Barcelona, oh, the Sporting striker is away, but I thought he was offside actually. He has to be offside. The Sporting striker has to be offside. There was no way he was onside. So Pep's teams have had this issue in the past. Pep's, oh, he was not offside actually. He was onside, the striker. Look at that. Another transition. City have been absolutely woeful here. So, like I was saying, Pep had this problem against Barcelona. I mean, when he was at Barcelona, when he was at Bayern Munich. Pep's had this problem of conceding against teams that hit you on the break. Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid in Pep's first season at Bayern. Real Madrid absolutely tore Pep to shreds. The Inter Milan team tore Barcelona apart with their attacking tactics. So Pep really is wary of that. Chelsea tore us in the Champions League final with that counter-attacking system. So Pep is absolutely wary of that, and that's why he's very angry with his team. Otherwise, which manager shouts in anger at his team when his team is 2-0 up away in the Champions League? 2 away goal. Okay, I think there's no concept of away goals this season. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but there's no concept of away goals this season. So, which manager will be happy when you're 2 goals away? I mean, will be sad and angry when you're 2 goals away. So, Pep demands perfection, and that is what City have not been able to give him. Kevin De Bruyne found in lot of space, and it's Riyad Mahrez found early. Attack the box, guys. Attack the box. Where will Riyad play the ball? Attack the box. Foden scores, and it's 3-0. That's a wonderful ball from Riyad Mahrez, and it's a wonderful goal from Foden. That's it. That look at that. That endeavor to attack this goal, that ambition and passion to attack the far post, to attack the near post. That is what has made this goal. That is why I say attack the post, attack the post. That's what everyone says. In the recent few weeks, especially against Southampton, for example, City have not attacked the post, and uh, that's why we've not been able to score as many goals. But look at this, perfect on the drag back, and Phil Foden makes that one to attack the post, attack the near post, and we have another goal. Because when you attack the far post or near post, you unsettle the defender. Phil Foden's got back into kind of goal scoring form. If you see last match he has scored, this match he has scored. That's wonderful. I'm happy for Bernardo Silva that Bernardo Silva is on the score sheet. I think Bernardo Silva has scored a goal after a long, long time actually. It's been a very long time. Kevin De Bruyne again in space. I just thought that the ball will just curve in, but That was just not possible with that ball. That's fine. Phil Foden again. Ruben Diaz, Phil Foden, Rodri on the ball, Ruben Diaz on the ball, Rodri. Rodri is operating fantastically well in this game. He's operating right in between that spaces. He's operating right in between two of Sporting's center. Ah, I thought that was the fourth goal. Excellent work by Joao Cancelo over there. 34 minutes have just flown by, and as a City fan, I really hope that this game goes on for as long as possible. It's so exciting. It's so nice looking at this. I understand it's not been the exact flowing football, but we've been ruthless. That is one thing I've really liked about us today. When half chances, we have gone on and put pressure on the defender, and we have scored goals. So fantastic. The only thing is managing transitions. I'm saying it again. They're ready to hit us on the break. Look at it right now. Laporte and Diaz are almost in the uh, sporting half. So that is what I want. And with Kyle Walker, they can stay there a bit longer actually. Just having the assurance of Walker's pace. With John Stones, you literally are relying on the offside trap. That's it. With Kyle Walker, even if the offside trap is broken, you're like, we have Kyle Walker's pace to recover. So it's a foul on Phil Foden. Phil's been magnificent today. Falls 9 and he's dropped into the midfield with Bernardo Silva interchanging. That's a really good run from into out from Riyad Mahrez, but the ball was just too long for him. Look at that run again. He Mahrez was not offside. Come on, red ball from Ederson. Little bit more precision, and Mahrez was in. This Champions League campaign for City will depend on the fact how we manage to stop the counter attacks. That's what all the teams will try to do against us. Doesn't matter if the name of the team is a Bayern Munich or a Sporting Lisbon. Doesn't matter at all. They will try to hit us on the break. They'll try to swam our box with bodies. We need to have the mental strength to play through those situations. Pep Guardiola said, I think it was two Champions League campaigns before he said one thing: the team that wins the Champions League is the team that knows how to suffer, is a team that has a smile in the moments when they're suffering, is mentally strong in the moments when they're suffering. So that is what City need to do here. The moment is not good. We have been found out on the counters. What do we need to do? How do we need to adjust? Where are the leaders on the pitch? That is what baffles me a bit. How do we adjust? I want to see that adjustment. I want to see that improvement without any instructions from Pep. That is the hallmark of a great team. Adjusting your system when you see that there is a loophole or a problem with the current system. That is what great teams do. They don't always rely on the manager to tell them where to be. They're not kindergarten kids. They're ruthless challengers to this big round. So they have to adjust a few things within themselves without the intervention of the coach. John Stones, Ederson, the unpressable Ederson, with a single pass, has removed three players. Oh, that was almost a wonderful ball. And the ball finally reaches Raheem Sterling. Cancel on the outside rush. What a ball! What a ball! What a ball! What a ball! Ah, Foden was just not able to get there in time. Otherwise, that is wonderful play. Bernardo Silva, Joao Cancelo. It's actually Raheem Sterling. Aymeric Laporte is joining in now. This is interesting. Joao Cancelo, Bernardo Silva holding the width. Joao Cancelo, Rodri. Rodri there passing. Rodri has been a bit of color in the last one or two matches in the Premier League, but he's looked really good in the last game, and this game he's just been fantastic. He's just dictated the entire midfield. And the form of Rodri is very important, more so that we are facing Spurs this weekend. And like I said, no slip up in the title is allowed. Title race is allowed. A draw almost feels like a loss now in the title race. The title race is more closer than what the scoreboard shows you. So we need to be wary of that as well and rotate the players well between these two competitions. Kevin De Bruyne, John Stones, Ruben Diaz, Joao Cancelo with Raheem Sterling holding the width on the outside. What a ball! What a ball! Almost Cancelo almost played the ball of the tournament over there. It is just a little bit, just had a little bit too much, less of a dip and more of pace and distance on it. And the goalkeeper just collects it. The reading of the game from our centre backs has been spot on, and it has to be when we don't have that much space to burn in the back line. Look, I'm not moaning, guys, that Walker's not playing and there's no pace. There have been some greatest teams in the world, and their fullbacks had little pace, and yet they have gone on and won trophies. So it's not the end of the world. Then I'm just weighing in the pros and cons of playing Walker and not playing Walker. That's it. And I really hope Pep weighs these in. Example, you're playing against a PSG in a deeper knockout stage. You would want to have Walker, right? Against the pace of Neymar, Mbappe, and all. So I really want Pep to, choose games when to play Stones and when to play Walker. That's my only concern here. My only concern here is that Pep should not get carried away by the fact that Stones has played well. Let me play him in all of the Champions League games. No, it doesn't work that way. According to the opponent, coming to the last 4 minutes of the first half, and then it's added time. Joao Cancelo just ran into that Sporting player. I think the momentum just took him, but Cancelo's been exceptional this season as well. He's been one of our star performers. Some of the balls he's playing, people are telling that Cancelo. It's unfair that you're listing Cancelo as a defender. It's totally unfair. Kevin De Bruyne, Riyad Mahrez. Oh, again, look at it. Sporting is on the transition. They're on the counter, but then City come back. Great defensive work from Bernardo Silva. Fantastic work. Fantastic tracking back from Bernardo Silva. John Stones riding the left flank with the ball. And it's John Stones again. It's Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz to Aymeric Laporte. Laporte to Cancelo. Cancelo back to Laporte again. Rodri. Great, fantastic ball across the field from Rodri. Riyad Mahrez. City are having a sustained spell of possession here. Stones, Laporte. What a ball! What a ball that is! And that's a goal. It's another goal for Bernardo Silva. I know there's a deflection over there, but then Bernardo Silva deserves it. I don't think the keeper was saving it if there was no deflection, but anyway, it's a goal for City. That's a fantastic piece of play, actually. That piece of play deserved a goal. What a goal from Bernardo. Let me first roll the scoreboard up. Yes, actually, I think the deflection just wrong footed the keeper, but the ball was on goal, so the goal will belong to Bernardo Silva. Fantastic defensive work again from City's attacking players. I know it's this time Rodri who's come back, but the way we have helped out our defenders is just it's been just superb. The work rate and everything. Pep will be really unhappy if we concede here. Pep really wants to go back with a clean sheet. It's Bernardo Silva, it's Riyad Mahrez, John Stones. That's a very good ball, but the goalkeeper is a slightly less pace on that ball, and Sterling would have got there. That ball's just wonderful. Bernardo Silva, 2 goals, return into that goal score. I'm really very happy for him, and this is what Bernardo Silva can do. That's why I wrote that article today in my blog as well. That it's very sad to see that Bernardo Silva is being stifled. Is it due to De Bruyne or is it due to Gundogan or what is it? I'm sorry. Is it due to not playing with Gundogan? What is it? So and today has shown me that he can play with De Bruyne as well. But then Rodri has literally been the only holding midfielder today, and both Bernardo and Kevin De Bruyne have really played in advanced positions today up the flanks. Is it possible every Premier League game? I don't know. That's a good ball across from the Sporting player, and Raheem Sterling holds on to the ball, and it's 3 minutes of added time. So I think this chance to have Wa- one more attack for City, and Raheem Sterling there. Rash just pass the ball and run forward. Your job is there ahead, not here. Riyad Mahrez there. John Stones overlapping, going in between into the midfield, and that is the precise reason I think why Pep has played John Stones, so that he can be inverted as a midfielder and as a I mean, if John Stones inverts, then he has all the skills out there. He's excellent on the ball, dribbling ability to play through the press. So the only question mark over John Stones is the recovery pace, and recovery pace is won so many titles for teams in the Champions League. So recovery pace is an absolute must. You need to have at least one player with good recovery pace. Kevin De Bruyne on the ball. It's almost a 3-on-3 at the back, and De Bruyne almost chooses to go himself, but that was never possible. Anyways, a good try from De Bruyne. and it's half time, and you can see that Pep is not exactly happy. That's not a phase of a manager who's 4-0 up. There are some aspects, especially that tempo aspect, where we have not been able to control, the counter attacks of Sporting Lisbon. Said this 5 times on the show, but I'll say it again and again, because that is where the problem is. Pep realizes this problem can go to other games. If we go deep into the knockout stage, so Pep really wants to address this issue. Interesting to see what Pep will do in the second half. Will he bring on Fernandino so that we can set shop and protect against counter attacks? Let us see. By the way, stay with me. What we'll be doing is we'll be reading out some of your comments from the Reddit group, and then we'll see whether you guys think of it as the same as me, that we have not been good enough at all on the counter attack. Let us see. I mean, we have not been good at all in preventing the counter attack. So just stay with me for a while. We'll go into that. The Reddit comments. Yeah, just stay with me for a bit more, and I'll be getting you the comments from that Reddit group. So, in the meanwhile, let us check the scores of other teams as well. Let us see what is happening there. Oh, it's interesting that PSG and Real Madrid is nil-nil. It's also interesting that Manchester United and Brighton is nil-nil, although the match is still going on. Interesting stuff. I think it's only in our group that we have, I mean, our game, that we have scored the goals. So look at this here. The positions not at all bad for Sporting Lisbon. And look at the total passes. They're almost competing us toe to toe with the total passes, 213, 331. City generally have twice the total passes of the opponent there. So I think the passes is also something that is very interesting. Yeah. So Yeah, I'll just share the screen now and we'll read the comments. Can you guys see it? I think so, yes. Camden, yes, here he says, what's your take on John Stones at right back? That's a very difficult one. I think I know why he's playing, why Pep is playing Stones at right back, because Pep wants to invert Stones. I mean, we know that Pep likes to invert as fullback, so Stones in the midfield. Stones has all the attributes. Some of the attributes of Stones are like better than some of our midfielders, like his dribbling ability, like his ability to play under pressure and all of that. And he has the defensive ability to kill counter attacks. So you can understand why Pep is playing Stones at right back. But there's a massive downside to it defensively. That's what is my concern. In fact, there's an article I've written in my blog as well, mancityunplugged.com. So you can check it out about how John Stones, how playing John Stones offers some massive downsides to us and why Walker should play. See, when John Stones plays, he doesn't have that pace like Walker, as much pace as Walker, which means that your entire defensive line is always playing that three steps backwards because they're always wary of that counter attack, which means you're not able to compress teams. What is City's tactics? Compress teams into a box, their defense playing an extremely high line, and then just suffocate them. Do not give them any room to get out. Now your defenders are playing a bit more deeper, which means the like you can see in this game, Sporting has had six transitions. That's why Pep was really unhappy. Our defensive line was not able to uh, push through higher. So I think that is one massive downside. And also, like I said, recovery pace is extremely important here. You do not often see teams without recovery pace, without having at least one player with recovery pace winning the Champions League. You know that either to make the last minute tackle or there needs to be someone with recovery pace. So in the Premier League it might work, but then in the Champions League I think Walker needs to play just because he's so good defensively, he's so good physically, his pace. And then on the attacking side as well, I think Walker, I mean, Stones doesn't offer something exceptionally better than Walker. Okay, Stones is better in the better at set pieces, but it's above that. Walker at least goes and crosses once in a while. Walker makes those darting runs from the deep, which unsettles defenses. But Stones doesn't do all that. So the upside of playing Stones, I think there are massive downsides to it. The upside of playing Stones is just 30-40%. The downside is 70%. So it's again, you could say Pep's obsession with playing the total football, that Pep is playing John Stones on the right hand side and nothing else. Think Walker deserves to be there. What I hope is Walker has a small niggle, and that's why Pep has not started him in a big game. I mean, I know, I'm sorry, it's not a niggle and stuff. I know Walker is actually suspended for this game. I know that almost just went out on the top of my head. But Pep has started John Stones in that right back position twice in the Premier League as well. So I just hope this doesn't become a regularity now. I mean, ever since Walker had taken that red card, I mean, two yellow cards in that Champions League knockout group game, sorry, Champions League group game, the relationship between Walker and uh, Pep has somewhat dwindled a bit. Pep doesn't trust Walker that much. I don't know why. I don't know the reason why. I just hope both of them get down on good terms. We don't know. What a game it has been. That's what Bhagwan says. Master of knee. Sterling is so good when he keeps simple. Yes, mate. What Sterling should do is he should just try to push the ball forward and run, terrify defenders, go one on one. That's all. He's so good at doing that. The moment he complicates things, he becomes so shy that you feel as if this guy is not even fit for playing in a Sunday league team. He misses open goals, stuff. You know, keep, when I listen, Sterling should keep it simple. I think more of it should refer to Sterling should keep it simple in his head, because it's inside his head where Sterling suffers the most. And that's what translates into him being confused on the field. There's a great Greek philosopher Seneca who said that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. That's one of my favorite quotes as well, and I think that aptly applies to Sterling when he's going one on one. I bet you that thoughts are ringing in his head that where should I go? What should happen? Should I lob the keeper? Where should I do that? Should I pass it to someone? What will happen if I don't shoot? So he has 10 thoughts going around, and at the end he ends up doing nothing. So I think Sterling should keep it simple mentally. First of all, that is what should be Sterling's primary thing, the mental side of it. Is Guardiola a reference to you as a manager? Ruben Amorim. My reference has always been Jose Mourinho. Guardiola, and I took that personally. I mean, it's a bit of a lame joke in the middle of the night here. Delap, McAtee, Kaiki on the 60th minute. Pep, exactly. I mean, don't wait till the 60th minute as well. Bring him now. I want to see Kaiki. I want to see Liam Delap really play at least for 40, 50 minutes, because Liam Delap has been so good actually in the last two games. He bought us a penalty in the last game against Norwich, which helped Sterling score his hat trick. And even in the game before that, whenever he has come on, he has been a big nuisance to the opposition defenders. People say that Delap is one insane talent, and really think that this is the time for Delap between now and end of the season. Pep should give him those opportunities as well, because the end of the season, Julian Alvarez will come. City will go for a big money striker like a Haaland or something. So Delap literally has 4 months with him to show Pep that you don't need an other striker. Julian Alvarez, you've signed Julian Alvarez, that's fine. I'm your other alternative. I'm bigger than Erling Haaland. Delap has it in him. He can show that actually. People will laugh at in this suggestion that Delap bigger than Haaland, but once in a while, see City's youth games, see the way Delap plays, and then you'll know in some aspects Delap is better than Haaland as well. What does everyone think about Poro? First time I've seen him play, and I'm fairly impressed. Yeah, Pedro Porro. For people who don't know, Pedro Porro is on loan from City. He's playing as a right back here. He's on loan from City, and people say that he has everything in him to become one of the best in the world. And yeah, he's had a very good game today, and a very solid game. I would say against Raheem Sterling. But then City have Jan Kuto, who I think is ready to replace Kyle Walker. He'll be slowly brought back into the team next season. And the Russell softly says, anybody got a decent mobile stream? No, I'm actually watching it on a tablet, so I've got a decent tablet stream. Doug Martin 22 says, oh my god, could this really be our year? Just for a half of playing against Sporting Lisbon? No team is bad at this stage, but then we have bigger challenges to look forward to before we can think of the ultimate summit, ultimate round. That's what I wanted to tell. Can we just put Ederson, Diaz, Cancelo, KDB, Mahrez, and Bernardo in bubble wrap till the Champions League final? Okay, thanks. I mean, in that way, I think we'll lose the Premier League title as well. If we can do it in one half, Sporting can do it in the other. Exactly. That's the spirit. That's the spirit I want for watching the second half. I want academy lads now. Exactly, exactly. That's what everybody wants. What a half, guys. I swear our football has not seemed this fluid in a while. Seemed like we were winning without even trying. Let's go City. But you'll have to say your credit Sporting that Sporting is playing bit openly as well. And Sporting is affording us that space, and Sporting themselves have been very good on the counter. Anyways, the half is almost ready to start. So City have kicked off. We are kicking from right to left. It's with Ederson. Come on, let us bring the academy guys in the 55th, 60th minute, like someone in the Reddit comments said. I mean, I don't agree with that comment that our football has been very fluid and stuff. Sporting have afforded us a lot of space. So it's not that Sporting have really come at us pressing and stuff like that, but whatever they can do, they've done well. Sporting like pressing and stuff like that, and hitting us on the break and all. So City have played well, but we have not been at that A star or something which we have been in quite a few games this season. For example, Chelsea at Stamford Bridge against Liverpool. So we have been against PSG, for example, in the at the Etihad. So we have been at that A star level, played exceptional football, but in this season, but today it's still not up to that level. So maybe at the level of B plus till now. Would say I'm being modest, but that's the reality. We have not been that good in all of the aspects. Especially we have been a bit sloppy giving away the ball, like you've seen. So on a few occasions, Pep demands perfection, and that is what we need to assess this team on. I'll see Pedro Porro more closely. I haven't seen him as much in the first half. I just totally forgot. I was all about why John Stone starting and all at right back because you can always play Cancelo. Walker's not available. You can always play Cancelo at right and then maybe an Ake or a Zinchenko at left. Sporting's having the ball now. Sporting's really protecting the ball fantastically well. Right now in City are trying to play through Sporting's press. Rash! That was almost a great ball. Kevin De Bruyne. Cancelo. Rodri. Ruben Diaz. I think we need to be a bit more quicker with the passing. Fantastic ball and Bernardo Silva. I thought Bernardo Silva was always in. It was just a little bit away from Bernardo over there. Little bit away from him. What a ball from Bernardo. This This is a goal. What a ball from De Bruyne, and Bernardo scores again. Bernardo Silva has a hat trick. Hat trick for Bernardo in Portugal. You're back, mate. You're back in form. Three goals. This is fantastic. Five-star display, and it's not even the 50th minute. What a goal from Bernardo. Bernardo, the gem of Portugal. What a ball and what a goal. Fantastic. They're just checking the offside, I think, but I thought he'll just square it to someone, but I did not know. Bernardo was definitely onside, but what a ball from Kev. Fantastic ball from Kev. For a moment, it seemed as if Bernardo was going to square it to someone, but no. Because Foden, Mahrez, and Sterling, three people were almost waiting there in front of an open net. Audacious of Bernardo Silva, but when has Bernardo Silva not been audacious? Fantastic. It's a hat trick for Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva shines in Portugal. Oh, it's offside. Oh, because I thought he was on. How is it an offside? I don't know. Let us see here. I don't know. Must have been that geometry exam or inches or I don't know. Whatever. Those lines, you never know those lines. I don't know what Sporting was celebrating about. You're already 4-0 down, mate. I don't know what they're celebrating about that one goal being chalked off. City get the ball back. Ederson. Cancelo. Laporte. Bernardo Silva. Great switch. Wonderful from Stones. I think he maintains the ball while it right back. Like we've discussed what are the upsides and downsides. Having Stones. That's again almost fantastic pressing from Kevin De Bruyne as City get the ball back again. We are just not allowing Sporting to breathe here. We're just not even giving them the ball. We're just having the ball. Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling. Look at that Kevin De Bruyne running back from almost the right midfield position. So John Stones going with the ball, and the credit should be given to the referee. The game's almost going end to end. The referee is not stopping at all, not stopping the play at all. It's almost like a Premier League referees refereeing the Champions League games because the Champions League referees are not always so lenient. Even if Neymar falls down due to wind, he'll call a defender and book. That's how pathetic Champions League referees can be sometimes, but this referee has just been fantastic. City get the ball back again. It's almost a 4-on-4 at the back for City. That's a foul. The ref says no. No, actually, the ref gives a foul. So look at that. They're showing the offside lines. By how much was Bernardo offside? just by inches, Bernardo Vera, smaller size shirt for the next time. I think it's Kevin De Bruyne. It's almost the same angle from which Bernardo scored the goal and it was ruled out. So it has to be the in swinger of Kevin De Bruyne. Sorry, the outswinger of Kevin De Bruyne. Yes, it is. Why was it a foul? I don't know, but the referee has told it's a foul. Again, it's a good ball, maybe a little bit deeper than De Bruyne would have liked, but otherwise, fantastic ball. Oh, Laporte does a foul on one of the Sporting defenders, so that's fine. It's a fair call from the ref. Like I said, the ref has been fantastic. Sporting have not had a single shot on target until now. They've had shots, but no single shot on target. That's a great achievement, I think, especially at this stage in the Champions League. Riyad Mahrez, Phil Foden dropping back, and then Laporte to Ederson. Again, City playing out from the back at a very quick tempo. This is fantastic. Again, we do not concede a goal today. That should be a primary motto. Does not matter if we don't score another goal again, but we don't concede a goal again today. That's fantastic, and it's I think it's Cancelo, Riyad Mahrez. That's great protection of the ball from Mahrez and Cancelo over there. Rodri, as always, the midfield general, dictating play. Kevin De Bruyne. Riyad Mahrez maintained extreme discipline today, was at the right place to tap that first goal in. John Stones, with John Stones playing at right back, it's almost seeming that only midfielders are playing in this team. Cancelo has all the skills to start as a midfielder in any team in the world. So it's almost like only midfielders are playing, along with maybe Diaz, who's a bit limited on the ball. So that's how good this City team are. Oh, it's almost. That was a classic winger to winger goal. That was a classic Pep Guardiola goal there. The ball was just a touch ahead of Sterling over there. What a goal from Raheem Sterling. Fantastic. Whoa, Rash. You've done it. Raheem Sterling, what a goal. Right from outside of the box. Rash, you have the ability to strike goals like this. Why do you fear in front of open nets? Tear the open nets apart the next time you go in front of open nets. What a goal from Raheem Sterling. Very good goal. He's scored a similar one against Norwich and is scored one again now. Fantastic. I don't understand. Raheem Sterling misses open goals but scores worldies. That too on a consistent basis. Look at that. Never easy. Bernardo. Bernardo passes to Sterling, and Sterling just finds a yard of space by cutting inside, and boom, the ball just goes into the top corner. There's no goalkeeper on this earth saving that. Ball's just gone into the top corner. Wonderful from Rash. This is what, keep your mind simple, Rash. Try your best. When open goals, it doesn't matter either you score or not. That's all. Just keep your mind simple and go for it. Never ever panic to shoot. That's what Raheem Sterling should do. Sporting tried to come again, and that's a free kick for Sporting Lisbon. Sterling has just scored a goal now, and it's almost a great pinch by Raheem Sterling over there. Don't know why Pep is still unhappy. Pep is still, there's no smile on his face. There's something that's not going well for City. There has to be something. Otherwise, why will a manager sit grumpily in the dugout when your team is 5-0 up? That to away in a Champions League knockout stage. There has to be something that is bothering Pep, I think. It's substitutions, and I didn't expect these ones. It's Zinchenko and Gundogan there. I think it's in place of Foden and Zinchenko and John Stones, I think, which means Cancelo will go into the right back position. Foden's going off. Ilkay Gundogan comes in place of Phil Foden. The interesting one is, I mean, that was so obvious, but the interesting one is, yes, Zinchenko is replacing John Stones. Obviously, Cancelo plays at the right back position. I think that was an obvious substitution. But surely Zinchenko in big knockout games, I'm still not sure. I'm still a bit angry on Zinchenko actually, because that Chelsea Champions League final, if Zinchenko had a little bit more pace or his positioning was a bit more good, Chelsea would not have scored and we would have at least drawn that game and taken that game into penalties, into half time, something like that. So Kevin De Bruyne comes, pinches the ball, but the referee says not done fairly. It's a free kick, and I think I don't know the name of the player, but Sporting have one player who's very good at free kicks. Oh, or is it our Pedro Porro who's kicking free kicks? I don't know. Let us see. Fantastic ball. Remember, Pep will be very unhappy if we concede a goal here now. That was actually well defended, and that's well taken out. And oh, that's very well snatched by City, and it's almost a 3-on-3 situation at the back for City. And Rash, just oh, Raheem Sterling has just messed it up. That was such an easy ball, but anyway, the attack is not broken down, and now it's broken down by a stupid shot from Zinchenko. Was it Raheem Sterling again? A very bad decision. That was an easy pass for him. That was a very easy pass. I don't know why he didn't complete it. Look at the face of Pep. It's almost like more of an angry face at missing that than a bright face at him scoring that worldie. Because Pep knows, okay, worldies might come or might not come, but that sort of an attack will surely come in the next stage, the next stage, and the next stage. And when it's the 93rd minute and you're away like that, you would want a perfect pass, right? It's Laporte now, not known for his attacking prowess, but then he's a fantastic header of the ball, and he's almost like a fox in the box. He can score goals with his feet from corners and set pieces and stuff. Dart discussions down in the Sporting Lisbon camp, and you would expect that in City's camp there would be festive cheers, but no, Pep Guardiola is as glum and as down as what the coaching staff of Sporting are. There are surely some situations in the game which are going against what Pep has actually planned for. So that is why Pep is very very angry. It's a yellow card for one of Sporting's player, and Matthews Nunes. Was this guy also from Sporting Lisbon? A famous left back, Nuno Mendes, right? I think even he was also from Sporting Lisbon. We were actually tracking him a lot, but then 45 million euro fee was thought it was more, and I think we made the right decision there because had Nuno Mendes come in, maybe Cancelo would not have developed into the beast that he has become now. So it's a throw in for Sporting. And City are again pressing high. This is very good. Gundogan, I mean, Bernardo Silva is now playing in that false nine position predominantly. Gundogan is sitting alongside De Bruyne now. Sporting Lisbon have the ball back, and the ball is gone out of play, and it's Zinchenko. I still get confused, seeing Zinchenko running around. I mistake him for Kevin De Bruyne actually. The only thing where you don't mistake him is when he's shooting. His shooting is so awful. But still, I don't know why Zinchenko always wants to shoot from outside the box. It's a good throw in for City just to take some pressure off. And again, Sporting have been in the ascendancy in the last 4 5 minutes. That's a great ball to Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez 1-on-1. Riyad Mahrez 1-on-1. Bernardo Silva, great chip. Little, just a little bit away from finding Raheem Sterling on that left hand side. It's Sporting with the ball, and Bernardo Silva is still pressing. That's commendable, actually. You've just played a game 2 days ago. Okay, it was against Norwich, but you were made to work hard, and you see, now you're again pressing. The work rate of City is commendable over here. The ball's gone out, and City have the throw in. It's Pedro Porro on that side. I'm actually observing that side carefully as well because Pedro Porro is on loan from City, and people say he has everything in him to become one of the best right backs in the world. So really hope Pep brings him back and has a look at him as well. Pep Guardiola, look at that. He's almost staring into eternity, into the oblivion. He's not overly happy. There's a tinge of that, a bit of that worry phase in him. You actually realize it. I think all of Pep's reactions suggest that we are going to concede in this match at least once. So now this can be the challenge of our players: do not concede for the next 10 minutes, then the next 10 minutes, then the next 10 minutes. Something like that. Zinchenko. I don't know what he's doing. Bloody hell, he's got into some great crossing positions and still Zinchenko doesn't want to cross. Why? Understand. Is Joao Cancelo with the throw in? Bernardo Silva dropping back again. It's been an all round display from him. See Bernardo Silva's heat map. We had a glimpse of it in the half-time break. So if you see his heat map, he's literally everywhere. You'd ask me, is he the next Claudio Makaleli? Is he the next? What I mean, what's his name? Is he the next Nigel De Jong or things like that? These are the great midfielders. Okay, they were DMs, but they covered all of the pitches. Their engine was literally unbelievable. So literally think, can Bernardo Silva reach that level? He's playing exceptionally well. He's almost untouchable. I'm sorry, unpressable. You can say he's untouchable in terms of his place in the team. Pep has played him every match. The only match he didn't play, Spurs, we lost it. You can understand his importance to the team. Even if he has to play day in and day out, Pep will surely find a place for Bernardo Silva. And also the fitness of Bernardo Silva is very commendable, I feel. How many injuries in the last 3-4 years he's been with City? Not many at all. Okay, little niggles here and there, but he's never missed more than two matches in a row, three matches in a row, Bernardo. Due to fitness, he keeps himself very fit. City patiently passing out from the back. Again, what City want is they want Sporting to come at us, but Sporting have done that so many times in the first half. So I think Sporting will not do that. That is one of City's strengths. Ederson. The opposition players press the defenders high, and then they give the ball to Ederson, and Ederson just kicks it long. I mean, just finds someone with his pass. He doesn't just kick it long. That's a free kick for Sporting. We'll just for a moment check the scores of other teams. Fernandinho is coming in now. Rodri is coming off. I can't understand this substitution. Bring on some youngsters. Maybe a Romeo Lavia or someone. Why the hell do you want to bring on Fernandinho? PSG Real Madrid is still nil-nil. And in the other match, United are leading Brighton 1-0. So not much for us over there. I mean, that's excellent control from Gundogan, and just the ball just been taken away from him in the last minute. So I know it's an unnecessary booking for Gundogan. It's a free kick for Sporting. I mean, it's not at all a dangerous situation, but Ederson collects the ball and City restart their build-up phase of play again. But what a strike that was from Raheem Sterling. He side-footed that ball from outside of the box into the net. That is Raheem Sterling special. And when he was side-footing it as well, it was almost an arrow. It was the feet was almost 45 degrees. That was a bend. That was side-footing the ball. That's just a special technique. That's fantastic from Sterling. I mean, maybe he's picked that up a bit from Bernardo Silva because Bernardo does that quite often. He also just, flat foots balls into the top corner. Raheem Sterling with the ball. Raheem Sterling again. John Stones. Have City shifted to a back three? Let me just observe once. With Cancelo and Zinchenko playing as fullbacks, maybe we don't know. Pep can try out a formation actually. I mean, try out a new formation here if he wants to because games wrapped up and in bubbles here, so you can just explore a few more additional tactics for the next game and plan for the games thereafter. Could be in the Premier League, could be in this competition Champions League. Tactics will not go for waste. So that's a City corner again. But the substitutions are very interesting for me here. I really thought that he would put in the academy kids, but no, he hasn't bought in the academy kids. So at least one of them, Liam Delap for sure, because that is whom I was really looking for. The goal kick from Sporting's keeper is actually shit. It's very shit, and it's Sporting's throw, but then the goal kick was really crap. Sporting are at least trying to nick a goal, snatch a goal. It's almost a 3-on-3 at the back for City. It's a situation, but I think we have got it covered up. All of our attack. That's fantastic defending from Laporte there. Wonderful. Under pressure, City's defenders have been excellent today. That's a foul, ref. Ref, that's a foul. Come on, that's a foul on Riyad Mahrez, and that's a yellow card. It's Esgaio, I think, who's the left back for Sporting. That's a clear foul. Mahrez left him in dust. That's what Mahrez is telling. Taken it, and I'm actually going there, but now this will. I mean, it's just 12 minutes plus some added time remaining, but 12 minutes can seem like an eternity, a decade. If you're having a yellow card against someone like a Riyad Mahrez or a Raheem Sterling, they'll just take you on and on and on, and they'll just destroy you. Raheem Sterling over there. Raheem Sterling. Riyad Mahrez. I think it was a strike from Joao Cancelo. Cancelo has been getting into those positions in the Norwich game as well, but and he's been shooting as well. His shooting is just off mark. Look at that. Pep is not happy. The players, I mean, the coaching staff. It's a bit of gloomy faces over there. I don't know why. I don't know what's the reason. The assessment will come tomorrow morning, but don't know what's the reason. They're not even celebrating as much the goals as much, especially the coaching staff. There must be something over there. That's a fantastic ball, and Riyad Mahrez is in, and the ball goes out for a City corner. That was a good block from one of the Sporting defender. Otherwise, Bernardo Silva was just there to tap it in. That was almost another typical Mahrez goal. Trans- that is wonderful. Oh, that was almost great technique from Ruben Diaz. The ball just moved in slow motion, and for a moment I thought the ball just would wobble inside the net, but no, that's actually not the case. Sporting are now, they have lost all of their endeavor to attack, and that's understandable. With just 10 minutes to go, you just don't want to be on a pasting excess more than 5 goals, but they could be actually Kevin De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling on the outside, and for a moment Kevin De Bruyne plays a crap through ball to Raheem Sterling. That's one of the crappiest balls that Kevin De Bruyne will ever play. That's period. He will never play that kind of a ball again. That's not a foul according to the ref. And these kind of tactics from Sporting Lisbon, no other team has kind of used it against City. That actually Sporting is. Oh, De Bruyne is catching the ankle here. That's not at all good news. I just hope that he's able to walk and he's able to run, and it's all good. That ankle, just take care of De Bruyne's ankle. Just wrap him up in wool, like someone on the Reddit was saying. I think Pep should bring on James McAtee right now. I think De Bruyne's job is done. Why is Pep not saving him for the Spurs game? I don't know. Pedro Porro is going and Luis Neto is coming. Again, fantastic play by Pedro Porro. Again, people who don't know, Pedro Porro is on loan at Sporting Lisbon from City. We have a buyback. I mean, it's a loan, but yeah, City also have a buyback clause inserted into Pedro Porro's contract. So that's another foul. Now the Sporting players are just making foul after foul after foul, and this is Ikai Gundogan who goes down. Countania says, "I hope Pep takes off KDB before he's too tired or get some knock or injury. Can't lose KDB to injury at this." Exactly, that's what we were talking about. I think 2-3 minutes ago as well. Just wrap KDB up in wool like Pep has taken off Phil Foden. And it's a bit baffling for me because Pep has played the 90 against Norwich, majority of the 90 against Norwich. Is playing it now, and then he has to play against Spurs as well. So it's a relentless schedule. It's an unforgiving schedule, and Is it a penalty check? Let me see. No, it's a free kick actually. So an unrelenting schedule as well. So Pep really, unless Pep thinks that maybe he'll pair Bernardo Silva with Gundogan at in the Spurs game. So I don't know. Oh, Liam Delap is coming on. The young Delap is on. This is interesting. This is very interesting for me. Laporte's gone. That is understandable. But Liam Delap is on, and he's on for whom? I don't know. He's on for Bernardo Silva. The best thing is Delap is on, and I'm excited by that. Oh, it was almost an own goal. Things would have been worse for Sporting, but it's almost an own goal, and Kevin De Bruyne is still there. Keeper did very well to keep it out there. We have seen in many circumstances the ball just sneaking in a bit, but Bernardo Silva has been fantastic today, all smiles. Pap is the one who's a bit not happy with the performance. Zinchenko, shoot from there, Gundo. I don't know, man. It was crowded, but then Gundogan, he should have used his typical Cruyff turn. I call it the Gundo turn, and then created some space for himself. But the Sporting keeper, I don't know for what he is in a bit of a hurry, but City have the throw in there. I think one more goal and it will just make it unreachable for Sporting. One more goal just to finish the tie off. 5-0. Things have come back in the space of 90 minutes. But 6-0, it just hits you psychologically as well. 6-0, almost never. City just passing among themselves. Some neat triangles at the back. Ake Diaz, Fernandinho there. What a ball from Fernandinho. This is vintage Fernandinho. This is it was almost a perfect City goal. DM or a central midfielder to the winger, and the winger to the striker, and we even have a striker now, Liam Delap, who's attacking the front post, who's attacking the back post. So fantastic. I want to see balls like that again. That's another fantastic ball from Ederson and Bernardo Silva. Sinchenko, Raheem Sterling on the outside, Liam Delap waiting in the center. Just give an opportunity to Delap. Some kind of opportunity, cross in the box or something. Just want to see Delap in action. Just want to assess that what this kid is really about. It's Nathan Ake on the ball. The ball's gone out. I think this is the first season when Delap has been fully integrated into the first team. Last season, COVID and all, has been training with the first team. That's fine, but so that's the reason. And Delap is short on time as well because City will sign a big striker in the summer. Julian Alvarez is coming in now. It's Delap in the center and Raheem Sterling rash. He should have passed it to Delap. Rash should have actually passed it to Delap, man. We want Delap to somehow at least have a shot on target. Come on, Rash. Look at that. You have almost seen two sides of Sterling. One side is cutting inside and hitting it. The other side is unable to make decisions. He has spoiled a counter attack earlier, 15 minutes earlier, and right now He had some great options to his left, to his right, to his center, ignored each one of them. This is what Sterling for you is in a typical nutshell. And that's another reason why I don't feel as confident about Sterling, starting big knockout Champions League games for me. It's not on his ability to score, but for me, the shocking thing about Sterling is his ability to miss open goals. I mean, you can't just stand outside the box and cut onto your right foot and score those worldies all matches. Teams will just work you out. Raheem Sterling, Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, Cancelo. It was very close to Delap actually. Fernandino. It's Ederson with the ball. I mean, it's just 3 minutes of added time, and Joao Cancelo having the chance to cross. He ignores it. One more goal. That 6 goal mark is somewhat memorable for me as well. 6-3 Arsenal 2011 season, 6-1 United 2011-12 season. Our first trophy under the new regime under Mancini. So that 6 goal mark is for me symbolic of us uprooting old dynasties and planting and building a new dynasty. So that's what that signifies for me. And Fernandino, that's out for a City corner, and it might just be the last kick of the game. Fantastic. I mean, and other thing about Cancelo as well, especially his mindset after that terrific burglary. He was speaking about that in an interview, I think 2 days back, and the way he has bounced back from that and the way he's performing, fantastic. Brian Mahrez Sporting want to have one chance for scoring a consolation goal, chance in the counter. I don't think they'll get it. Just 1 more minute remaining. Sporting just have tried all their best. I mean, tried everything, tried their best, but it just didn't happen for them. That's all. That's a free kick for Sporting, and that's fine from Liam Delap. He's just tried to come back and help his defensive partner. Fantastic tracking back from Liam Delap. Sporting fans are cheering in support of the players, I think. But City fans are just, having a ball today in Lisbon. See, Pep. There's something that Pep is unhappy about. There's something that Pep is not sure about. I don't know what is it. I mean, looking at his post-match interview will be fantastic. And Sporting put a ball in and it's gone out. So there's something that is bothering Pep. Just see his face and can see that that's not the face of a manager who's final up. Look at that. He's been discussing intensely with his assistants when though it's final up. Look at Pep. Not at all having a little bit of smile on his face. He's just doing handshakes and stuff. And There's something, one point for me is, I've been repeating this through the stream, but one point is City have not been able to control the tempo of the game in terms of preventing the transitions from Sporting were too easily able to get it City's back four. So that is something Pep is very unhappy about. Surely that is the thing he's discussing with Juan Malilo. And the other thing is Raheem Sterling missing an easy chance, and missing an easy pass to playing Riyad Mahrez. So think that little things will be something that Pep will really bother. But otherwise, the press, the passing, everything has been fantastic. But it's just the tempo thing. Pep, he always looks for perfection, and if there's a little bit of lack in terms of that quality, that final pass is not there, that tempo is not at all good, he'll really be ruthless, he'll really come at you, and that is what has been lacking today. You can go to Twitter, you can go to social media, you can read that. In the Reddit comments we were reading, oh, I have not seen City play a game like this. We are finally arrived in the Champions League. It's been such a smooth performance from back to front. Bullshit. That is bullshit. We have been good, but the reasons we have been good is also a part due to the opponent. Sporting have given us a lot of space. Sporting have played in that traditional 4-3-3 system, which means that us dropping Foden into the midfield, Stones cutting into the midfield, Cancelo coming into the midfield. We dominated them in the midfield, and yet the passes are not as many as Pep Guardiola would have expected. I mean, the completed passes, the domination of space, especially we have not been able to understand space in this game, and that is a big part of positional football. That is what Pep is unhappy about, especially some of the positions taken by Cancelo and Stones, for example. It has left us vulnerable to the transitions. Literally, Diaz and Laporte were left in a 3-on-2 situation, sometimes 4-on-2 situations, 2, 3, 4 times in the game. And big teams won't spare you. Pep will know that, and that's the reason why he was very unhappy. Interesting to look at the post-match presentation of Pep. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the show. It will be a very good night for me because it's almost what's the time? It's 3:26 here in India. So fantastic that City have won, but there's something we've been lacking here. There's something short for me when I can feel it. Pep can feel it, but even I can feel it. Okay, we won final, but there's not that bit of elation. There's something short. We were not at our very best. We were not at our absolute perfect best. So let us see. I just hope that we improve on this performance as well in the game against Spurs. The game against Spurs will be really interesting. See you all in the game against Spurs, and thank you for joining me. See you all and take care.